What's up, Radio Shade Tree Surgeon here, and we're coming into day 4 or day 5 without power. The days kind of blend together a la COVID when there's no power on. Anyway, I say no power, we're actually really lucky. We have no power. About to fire up the generator right now. When it comes to storing gas, for an emergency at least, boat tanks work like a champ. What I'm doing here is a mix of 2-stroke and 4-stroke because I had a bunch of 2-stroke gas for my Johnson outboard, but I don't want to run too much 2-stroke gas in the generator. This is mixed 50-1, so I'll run it half and half with just regular 4-stroke gas. To be honest, I could run straight 50-1 in the 4-stroke and it'd probably be fine. This is really just me being overly cautious by mixing it. I've run mixed gas in 4-strokes plenty of times and not had one single bad thing happen. You're charging your electric generator with your gasoline generator. It makes me laugh, and I already knew this, but it really reminds me how nothing on this earth is actually powered by batteries. Batteries only store power. My electric generator over there, that battery pack, is still gasoline powered. I just store the power from the gasoline explosions in the battery and then take it somewhere else. I ain't got nothing against electric cars or electric bikes, man. I'm not trying to make a political statement here. I don't do that on this channel. I'm just saying your electric car isn't powered by batteries. It's powered by something else. You're just storing it in the batteries. When a big old hurricane rolls through and knocks out all your power, well, that is a very humbling reminder that the good old internal combustion engine is still very much needed. At least until they invent some shit I ain't heard of yet. It's even kind of neat to think that my laptop that I'm editing these videos on is now explosion powered. You know, I guess there's solar electricity. That's what someone will probably say in the comments. But solar electricity that you get stored in batteries, it still comes from the sun, which is just one really big giant explosion. So it's still explosion powered, okay? You know, as a kid and I watched any kind of movie that had something to do with being in the army, they always peeled potatoes. So probably till about the age of 9 or 10, basically until I saw Full Metal Jacket for the first time, I thought that your main job in the army was peeling potatoes. Or at least I thought that's probably what I'd have to do in boot camp. Nothing to be done about it when you're running low on water and you're cooking potatoes. They're just gonna have to be pretty starchy. Can't afford to rinse them like I normally would. We'll give it one more rinse just because we got company coming, and then we'll let them dry off. A lot of people dice up their onions for hash browns. I don't. I love onions. I could eat one of these things like an apple, so I like big old chunks of them like this. And since I'm cooking, everyone's got to eat it the way I like it. Should I have on a little apron with my butt showing? Chloe. Oh wait, you do actually have clothes on. Never mind. All right. Anyway, I'm not the world's greatest cook. I've never proclaimed to be, but I'll just give you guys a little tip here. When it comes to herbs like these green onions, cilantro, stuff like that that you're gonna put into your hash browns or anything else that you're cooking on a high temperature, if you're frying your food, whether you're frying it in a wok, a frying pan, on a griddle, whatever you happen to be doing it in, this stuff, I only throw this in at the very end, less than a minute away from taking it off the heat. The heat from the food should cook this stuff long enough. This stuff shouldn't cook. This should be flavoring on top of it. You add it at the beginning while you're frying your food, and this fries the entire way through. At the end of it, it's gonna be tasteless mush, and it's not even gonna make it look good. It's not even gonna be a good color, let alone taste good. I make that mistake when I was first started cooking all the time. Look, double metal, pissing off all the chefs. I got a metal whisk and a metal pot. I refuse to not put my eggs in metal.
Getting metal on eggs, it makes them taste differently.
I like the way it tastes.
It makes them taste bad.
Makes them taste good. Better, I say.
You can't. You need to undo this. You need to go back in time, Josh.
Dude, I went out the first day, and the first day of no traffic lights, everyone's so hesitant. Yeah. Everyone's so polite, respectful. The 5th day of traffic lights being out, the blood will wash off. Yeah. Exactly. Are Dave and Cindy coming over to eat too?
No, but Bennett.
Bennett's, all right, cool. Because there's plenty of food.
We hear that famous Chef Shakespeare is here today.
Well, don't get too excited. He's not a crackhead, he just plays one on TV.
It's like milking the cows.
I was thinking of something else, but yeah, right. All right, we'll go with that.
Gotta keep it PG.
Damn, Joe, I bet you and I sit on the end of it, it'd probably come down, huh? Just that one right there's gotta weigh frickin' 500-600 pounds, huh? Hurling it into the burn pile. Sticking straight up has gotta be a sign, dude. It's good luck. Do it, Mr. Frodo! Do it! Throw the ring, Mr. Frodo! I always knew I'd come in handy. Ballast! They tried to tell you, would you just go instead? Yeah. This one required just a little bit of teamwork. How much do you think that thing weighs, David? 800-900 pounds? That's freaking wild, dude. Hey, Chef, you want this on your board? You're gonna hop off and take that rope off. I'm doing more back here, trust me. Come on back here so we don't tip forward into the fire. An hurricane simulator for the PS5. And it's in. It's good. On the ultimate apocalypse bike, the Trail 125. 8 horsepower, screaming defiance in the eye of Mother Nature. Well, I don't know, the XR150 though, the XR150L, it's also a really good apocalypse bike. It's kind of like a toss-up between the two. They've spec'd out their characters in different ways. The XR150L is faster, it's more nimble, it can go through rougher terrain, but the Trail 125 has the load carrying capacity, and the auto clutch, the one-handed operation, lends itself to to shooting from a moving motorcycle very well. Days after the storm, and we're still picking this stuff up. I am not afraid to say that for the last few days, I am whipped. I'm taking a day off, and guess what? I'm not going to feel bad about it. I guess I feel a little bad because the linemen out here trying to get our power back on definitely have not had a day off. Those guys are working 16 hours on, 8 hours off, without a day off in sight. That's for damn sure. I know the obvious response, what a lot of people say to that is like, well, they're getting paid for it. And yeah, they're getting paid as they should, very well. Just because they get paid well to do a job doesn't make it easy, and it doesn't make it safe, and it doesn't make it any easier to work 8 hours off, 16 hours on for months on end, okay? They should be getting paid well for that. Dang, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get out of the neighborhood right now. By the way, I came out today just to show a lot of people why I haven't asked for help. There's so many people around the country saying, how can I help? What can I do? Yeah, a lot of people in Tampa too, and you know, we had people out yesterday helping. We had a lot of people out helping out, but the reason you can't is me sitting in traffic right now. Getting in and out of Florida, let alone in and out of Tampa right now, is an absolute nightmare. And if you're putting yourself on the road traveling long distances and you're adding to it, a lot of times, unfortunately, you're not helping, you're hindering. Still got a house, that house is still under, days after the hurricane's over, it's still underwater over there. Oh, it's so freaking sad, man. This one too, god damn. They all floated up the septic system, so it's horrible. But you know, all these houses out here that are flooded are not just flooded with rainwater, they're all flooded with septic system, whatever was in there as well. About to show you guys the other reason why I couldn't beat the drums and call in help from out of state and all over Florida. And that's because we're about to go up by the gas stations up here. I didn't even know if you'd be able to get here. Look at this gas station up here, actually has the police at it, and a lot of gas stations that have gas right now, they have the cops outside, because literally right now people are getting into gunfights over gasoline, let alone these traffic lights that are still out, because as I said earlier in the video, day 1 everybody's friendly, day 4 or 5 not so much. Florida wasn't exactly a safe place to drive before this hurricane. It's definitely a lot more unsafe now. And both those gas stations up there either didn't have gas, or they're saving gas for first responders or something, or they've got lines enough that you be waiting 2-3 hours for gas. They're rationing it too. My buddy Eric, Buffalo Bill, for his generator, had to wait 3 to 4 hours for 4 gallons of gas. That's all they allowed him to take to run his generator. It's freaking rough getting gas in most of Florida right now. If you think you're just gonna breeze in here and fill up along the way, you got another thing coming. Most restaurants are still closed. Publix is open now. I'm about to go show you why. Not only can you not get gas if you're trying to come here from out of state, you would also have a really hard time feeding yourself too. It's a weekday and this place is absolutely jam freaking packed, man. And Publix is one of the few that actually bothered to open. They're usually really good about it. I feel bad for the people who have to come and work. That does suck, but you know, the people who are gonna cook food and man the grocery store and man the gas station, you know, at a certain point they end up being just as important as first responders when it comes to working. Yeah, Publix doesn't have power back on yet. Just past their big old cat generator back there. They got that running. They don't have everything running in the store, and they're definitely out of a lot of things. Luckily, they got the essentials. They got water. It's just whether anybody has a way to cook food, if they don't have a gas or a charcoal grill, or if they have a way to keep food cold. You know, ice is running out really fast too, and then even if you are running a generator, if you don't have power, gas is in such short supply and being rationed that, hey man, it's not guaranteed that your generator is even going to keep food cold. I'm using all of this not to make you feel bad for anybody down here. Definitely not like disaster tourism, like I'm not showing you for that reason. What I'm showing is mainly for a lot of the people who I love and appreciate so much, who are just like, well, why haven't you asked us to come down and help out yet? Well, this is why, dude. I don't know how you would feed yourself. I don't know where you would stay, because every single hotel is booked out, dude. You cannot get an Airbnb or a hotel in Tampa or the surrounding area, Orlando, or anything like that right now. It is impossible. They are booked out. So you got nowhere to stay. It's going to be super hard to feed yourself because we're having a hard time feeding the people that are here already. It's going to be it's just hard to live down here right now, man. If you could even get here because of the gas shortages. We will get there because trust me, here in a couple weeks when hopefully everything evens out, you know, hopefully we don't get another hurricane, but hopefully in a couple weeks when everything kind of evens out, we will be able to start having people down, but then we'll be right at the camp out. So that's what we're hoping for. We're still going to have the camp out, or at least some version of the camp out. It might not be exactly as big of a bash as we usually have. In fact, it's definitely not going to be as big of a bash as we usually have, just because everything's in such short supply right now. We're running ourselves ragged trying to get the property cleaned up and all of our, you know, extended network of friends, their houses cleaned up, or finding them places to live even, because we have friends who have completely lost their homes. I know it sucks to hear because a lot of people were planning on this camp out and have already taken their time off and already bought their plane tickets, and like I said, we're still going to have a version of it. It's just not going to be the blowout bash that you were expecting, because at the end of the day, Forgotten Angels, it's not a party throwing machine. It's a charity. I hear again right in front of Little Stearns Road, just because they're doing so much work back in these neighborhoods, everything's just blocked up. I know my man Anthony, old Redbeard, brought his skid steer out here to do some work on the property today. I am very lazily taking the day off, but I'm going to go observe and report and see what Anthony's gotten done today. Now, unsurprisingly, the burn pile still going strong. That's going to be hot for a couple months over there. What's up, bud? Just coming over to make sure you guys aren't taking too many breaks.
Said you just made me eat again. Keep trying to tell her, like, you're going to make me not work if you keep making me eat.
I'm the same way. You put food and beer in me, that takes second place real quick. Actually, food, beer, that's work in third place. There we go. Got him off his ass. He was taking too many breaks over here. And to make sure people are working. We just heard a story from my man over here. Gas on your motorcycle last night, and what happened?
A guy stopped behind me and gave me gas, and he also gave me oil.
It's pretty cool, man, because here in the middle of nowhere with no service on your cell phone and no gas, right after a hurricane, you're sunk, dude.
Yeah, I was stuck there.
Hey, you guys know this is actually Dave and Cindy's house right here, and this was the tree next to it that fell right. It's a big one too, and if it had fell left, Dave and Cindy wouldn't have a house anymore. Seems like the story is just repeating itself all over the place. Tampa, St. Pete, Plant City, Bradenton, Sarasota, here at Forgotten Angels. Flip a coin, whether you lost everything or whether you didn't lose anything at all. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I've had just about enough of talking about hurricanes. Let's talk about motorcycles again, specifically this Harley-Davidson 48 that will be given away this Wednesday. Today's Sunday, so you've got 48 hours left to grab a ticket for this Sportster 48 that was very generously donated to Forgotten Angels for us to raffle off. Now, not only could you get this Sportster 48, you also can choose between this, a Yamaha Super Tenere, or the mighty XR150L that made its way all the way across America. The Super Tenere certainly is a great adventure bike. We've already proven that the XR150L does amazing in an apocalypse scenario, but this Sportster 48 is also super, super cool. 3 chances to win. 100% of every single raffle ticket bought goes directly to Forgotten Angels, directly to not only help young men and women who've aged out of the foster care system, but also to help Forgotten Angels make a difference in this community that needs it so badly right now. I hate to tell you that it's not a great idea for you to come down personally right now, because there's just, it just would add to the problem. This is a way you can help while also getting a chance to win a motorcycle and a trip down to Florida when Florida's looking a little bit better. We are going to get the property cleaned up, and the camp out is still happening to a certain degree, barring any other hurricanes. I say to a certain degree because it's going to involve working, so if you come to the camp out, expect that we'll put you to work. Is my head cut off? My head's cut off. There we go, that's a little better. Or worse, depending on who you ask. God damn it. Yes, we will still be having the camp out. Yes, we'll still be giving away motorcycles there, but bands pulled out. The guy who does karaoke pulled out. Their sound guys pulled out. You know, we're gonna be cooking food, like dinner, at least one night. Maybe we'll cook dinner Friday and Saturday. I doubt we're gonna be able to cook meals every single night because, again, Forgotten Angels is a charity, not a party throwing, not a party throwing fund. So we throw the party, but ultimately the money that comes in for these bikes, that goes to help people in the community. That goes to help people who are at risk. It goes to help people who are in need. And if we can throw ourselves a party too, then we will. But you got to understand that obviously the charity comes first. So we will be doing the camp out just probably on a slightly smaller scale, again, barring any more severe weather here in Florida. But until then, until Wednesday, 9 p.m. live on Wednesday, someone's gonna get a chance at this Sportster 48 or the Super Tenere or the Honda XR 150L. That link to buy tickets down below. It's something you can feel good about. These bikes were all donated, so no money is hitting any branches on the way down. 100% of it is going where it needs to go to help young men and women who've aged out of foster care, who are at risk, and to also help people who are at risk or unable to help themselves in this community around here who've been affected by the storms, which obviously makes every situation worse, including, you know, at-risk teens who are in foster care, who are now even more at risk when they're either homeless or in danger of being made homeless. We are bad people doing good things, and it's gonna take more than this to keep us down. I appreciate you guys so much, all of you guys who have offered help, and everybody who's bought a raffle ticket thus far. That link's down below. Grab one. We'll be pulling the winner for this bike. 48 hours. It's gonna belong to one of you guys, or one of the other ones if you choose it. That'll be up to you when you either answer or don't answer the phone call Wednesday at 9 p.m. Keep your ringer on. Till next time, y'all, keep it weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Armies of the night, evil taking flight. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Panic spreading far and wide. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Who will risk it all to end the evil call of Shade Tree, army. Shade Tree, army. They never give up, they never say die, walking tall with banners high. Shade Tree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.